This video lesson is for class SEDN 635, and the scenario of this lesson takes place in a 612 ABA developmental preschool. The child I'm working with is a 4-year-old autistic nonverbal little boy who has very limited sign language. The nature of this activity, this lesson that I have developed, is part of his DDT, discrete trial training program, that he does every day for 2.5 hours out of a 5-hour day. DDT allows the skill that needs to be mastered, because of functional skills, allows the skill to be mastered and broken down into simple structured steps. So the ultimate goal of a program that's for him is to have him master the skill. Brody started the ABA classroom 1 year ago when he was 3. He is now, as I said, 4 years old. And it has taken the first skill, we had one of the skills he was working on was just identifying a picture of his mother. And it has taken Brody 3 months to point to, when a teacher directed, say, point to Mama, Brody, point to Mama, and Brody will now be able to point to a picture of his mother. As I said, it's taken him 3 months to master that skill. We are now taking this picture and we're breaking it down more into identification of eyes. So I've taken that picture and I've made it into a 3-piece puzzle, because Brody likes to do puzzles. So it is now into like a 3-piece puzzle where he has to put together, and then he'll have to identify the eyes. Now the reason that we're doing this part of the program is identification of eyes is that many autistic children and adults, but especially children, cannot associate and register faces of people who they know. And this is a functional skill of being able to identify eyes. And with a DDT program, Brody needs to master this skill by doing it 5 times per day as part of the DDT program. And in order to master it, it has to be done 5 times with no verbal prompting, partial prompting whatsoever for 5 days in a row. That may seem easy, but it can be very difficult. And as I said, it has taken Brody 3 months to just be able to identify his mother during the DDT program. As I said, we're introducing now the eyes and breaking this down and how to get Brody to focus in. As I said, Brody has a difficult time. He does not make eye contact. And the one ultimate goal of Brody, the objective, is that he will maintain eye contact for 1 second. May not seem long, but for a child with autism, that's a very long time. So how I start this lesson is that I'll lay it down right in front of Brody to see if he will make eye contact with what's being placed in front of him on his tray. Chances are he does not maintain eye contact. He doesn't look at it. So what I will have to do is that I will pick up a piece, partial piece like this, and I will put it in front of his face and wave in front of his face, see if he makes eye contact. Most likely he won't. Then what I will have to do is then I will take my hand and I will put my hand on his hand and rub it, and at the same time call his name and say, Brody, Brody. And as I'm doing each time, I bring the picture to my face. Brody, bring the picture to my face. And then he will be able to maintain eye contact for me for 1 second. That's the goal of his DDT. I will mark that into his program if he does that. Then what I'm going to do is that I'll put the puzzle piece back down so it's together on his tray like this. And then I will say, Brody, point to Mama, and then Brody will be able to point to his mother, because it's the same picture, so he should be able to point to his mother. Then what I will do is I'm going to lay it flat, mix it up, and I'm going to lay the pieces flat on his desk where they're laying flat so you see the blank side. The reason I do that is that Brody knows now with this, when the puzzle pieces are laying upside down, he knows that he has to put the pieces together. So then what he'll do, he'll flip them over, and then he'll put the pieces together. If he does it, does it correctly, then what I will do is then I will say, Brody, point to Mama's eyes, point to Mama's eyes, and hopefully, he may need partial verbal prompting, he may full verbal prompting, he may need me to hand over hand to get him to point to the eyes. But the ultimate goal is that he will be able to put the puzzle pieces together, and when I say, Brody, point to Mama's eyes, he'll be able to point to his mother's eyes. Not sure how long this will take to master, but during the whole time of doing it 5 times with him, verbal praise is a big, strong component of DDT, where I would say, good job, Brody. Nice job, Brody. You did it, Brody. Yeah, Brody, you did it. Each time he does it correctly with positive behavior, his reinforcement of is using pretzels. I'll give him a pretzel if he does it properly without any behaviors. That is the ultimate goal of this lesson, is to have Brody identify the facial features of his mother and to maintain eye contact for 1 minute.